it is the next day and I have my whole station here. Just kind of crazy, but I didn't feel like going over everything that I made last night because I was just way too tired by the end of it. So I'm going to show you guys now while I pack things away. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting these up, but I usually put these up. They're my greeting cards. That's a terrible way to show you. They have like a dried floral wreath there, and there's 3 ones, and they say thank you, congratulations, and happy birthday. I am not sure with the way I'm going to make my table this time. I'm not sure if they're going to fit, but I will see because they are very cute. So I want to make sure that, you know, they get out there. I just want to make sure I have one of each. I don't have a small happy birthday, but I'll have to look for that. But yeah, there's those. So I'm just going to put these, let me see. Okay. Put these aside for now. Okay, let's grab some stuff. Be careful because I have a giant bag of fake snow here. So these I kind of did show a little bit of, but I'll show you while I'm talking about it now as well. So there are these little wreath ornaments. Oops. They have like a little twine thing to hang up on your tree. And or your door if you wish. It's very small though. But it's really cute. They each have a little bit of dried flowers on them. So that's that one. It's this one. And they're each just a little bit different. That one as well. And this one. These are really cute. They did take me a little while to figure out how to make. So they just took me a little bit longer than anticipated. But those are done. And then these took forever as well, just because of planning and trying to figure out how I wanted to make them. So these are my little fairy terrariums. So here is one. This one has crystals all throughout it, like a little layer there, and then on top, if you see inside, it has more crystals in it. A little pine cone. It's a little hard to see on camera, but they're all just kind of in there. And I think it's really cute. And I'm not going to seal them. I'm just going to, so people can look inside if they want to. And then there's this one. This one doesn't have crystals all throughout it, but it has a lot more moss. And then on the inside, you can see these little cute little button flowers that kind of look like mushrooms. Little pine cones. And then there's some crystals as well. I think I like this one a little bit more than the other one. I think this one is really cute. So there's those. And then I have my 2 little shadow boxes. So this one is like a winter theme. The camera keeps showing up in the reflection, but it just has 2 deer in there with trees and then some snow as well. And these little twigs I got from my yard from one of the plants, and they worked perfectly. They look like literally trees in winter. And the little deer are so cute. So there's that one. And then there's this one that's more of a Christmas theme. So it has a little snowman, all the reindeer in the background with Rudolph, and a little Christmas tree as well, along with snow too. And this one's on its side. A lot easier to fit the reindeer in this one when it was on the side, along with all the snowmen and everything. So that's why I decided to do it that direction. So there's those. And then some more ornaments. These are some of my dried flower ornaments. So they're just on a little thing of wood you saw. Oh no, maybe I deleted that footage, but I basically had to drill holes in these and to put the twine through. And then I just layered the flowers on them and put Mod Podge on top, and I layered it really well so that nothing can come off. So there's that one. It's kind of like a pink theme. a blue theme, and then a purple theme. I kind of went with different themes like that to make it easier for me to be able to figure out what exactly I wanted to do on them. The first round that I made for my cubby over there, I took so long on because I was so indecisive. This one I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put colors down. I'm gonna put them in an arrangement that I like, and we're gonna go with that. And I think they turned out really well. So there's those. Um, is that it that I made? Yeah, so that's all that I actually made last night, or yesterday into last night. And then I just have like my usual things. Like I'm gonna have my crystal bottles there. I'm gonna have my other terrariums, my little mini ones, keychains, that kind of stuff. A lot of the things when I get there, I kind of steal from my cubby so I can restock my table because I don't have a lot of things in stock here. I used a lot of it for the cubby. So that is what I'm going to do with some of these things. And then I have an arrangement of how I want things to look in my head. Hopefully it'll all fit on the table. The table is 6 feet, so it's pretty good size. So I should be able to fit everything on there. I don't think I'm going to display my big sun catcher this time. I want the ornaments and that kind of stuff, like the new items, to be kind of the center of attention. And yeah, so I just have to pack these things away. I have to make little price tags. I'm gonna make little custom price tags this time, and then I think that's all I have to do. I have to make a few other tags to put on the table as well for prices and things, but I think that's all I have to do. So I'm already dressed. I got everything like that ready, but I still have to like do my makeup and do all that stuff. So I'm just gonna pack these away right now so that they can be done. I also have, let me see if I can find a bag of my other cards. The card eventually went through and everything was okay, but yeah, it was a lot more fun this time. The last time I did film a little bit of it, but um it was just not, I don't know, not quite as big, I feel like. So there is a small coffee shop a couple blocks away from where this store is, and they were also having an event with our last one in October, and they were having like a Halloween event at the same time as our event. So they had a lot of traffic. We like drove by there, and they had a lot of traffic at their area, and they had their little parking lot was filled with vendors, and there was just a lot of people there. And so I was really surprised to see that. And so we were like, well, okay, that's where all of the people are because there was hardly anyone that came into the store that night. And I sold one thing, and it was to another vendor, and she's very, very sweet. But yeah, but this one, there's no real big other event going on. It was Small Business Saturday, so a lot of the small businesses in the area were doing, sales and that kind of stuff, but there wasn't another huge event like ours, so we had a lot more traffic on there and people coming through and looking and actually like really looking this time because a lot of the time people will just come in and kind of like just skim back and forth and kind of just walk through and not even stop at any tables, which never feels super great. But yeah, at least this time people were actually like engaging and like looking at stuff and picking things up and looking at it and that kind of stuff. So like it wasn't as bad. And I don't mind so much when people like pick stuff up and look at it and then they don't buy it. But like when people just kind of gaze over and just say, "Oh, how pretty it is," and then they just keep walking, it just kind of like feels weird. But but yeah, so hopefully the next one will be even better. It's gonna be on December 13th, so it's like really close to Christmas. So hopefully people are like wanting to buy like last minute gifts or stuff, and hopefully things sell in my cubby as well. I really really like all the things that I have been making. So what I'm gonna do is put some of that stuff up in Etsy and also put it in my cubby as well, like the little shadow boxes that I made with the snowman and the reindeer and all of that. I think that like those will do pretty well. And yeah, I just had a lot more fun on this one and I felt a lot less stressed about everything. And even though I didn't make a ton of money or nothing like that, I made a decent amount, and I am really happy and very grateful for that. So, and I'm really grateful for the other vendors in our little circle because they're all so supportive and they all do so well with each other. And like, I'm just really happy to be part of that community. So, yeah, so I think I'm going to end this here. I know it wasn't the biggest vlog that I've ever done, but I'm trying to like just ease myself back into it and hopefully be able to edit, smaller vlogs until I'm able to have the capacity to do bigger ones. So yeah, that's going to be it. So thank you so much for joining me on this short little vlog, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the work that gets put into the shop and all of that. So give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.